If you're a young man in Australia, you are being absolutely crushed. Not by a lack of opportunity, not by a lack of jobs, not even by the tenacious government which tries to tax us out of everything, and not even by the economy. The real killer and the real issue you are going to face is the culture and the people around you. For better or for worse, the culture that we have in Australia is one of fitting in. It's one of, are you true blue? Are you land down under? Woo! Come to the pub, boys. It's the weekend. Let's go hit the pokies. Yo! Drink until you can't think, lad. Woo! Good times, boys. Tradies. And it flows so well, and everybody's having so much fun as long as everybody decides to fit in and play that game. What happens though if you want a little bit more? When you decide that you do not want to live this life of wasting your money on drinks, of living paycheck to paycheck, of getting a good job where you make more than $100,000 a year and you're going to go spend it on a brand new Land Cruiser so you got no money, if you decide you do not want to live that life and you speak out against it in any way, shape or form, even if you just say it's your own personal preference, straight away you're going to get slapped with, what? You think you're better than us? Tall poppy? That's not very true blue, you mate. Not hard yakka, crocodile Dundee. And my personal take on it, as someone who left Australia and is now living in Thailand to live how I want to live, is that culture, while it is positive and it leads to good friendships sometimes, I think at its core, it's a culture of mediocrity disguised as loyalty. Even simple sayings like, put your family first. Work hard, don't be selfish. Reading between the lines, that starts to come across as stay broke with us. Don't dream bigger, fit in with the herd. And don't get me wrong, I do not want to start painting a picture of the people that are saying this to you are the bad guys. They're the ones who actively have it out for you. The real danger and where this comes through is subconsciously from the people who actually have your best interest at heart, or at least they think they have your best interest at heart. Take a step back and look at your friends and family for a moment. Families who have been raised in the same mindset, especially before the dawn of the internet, because they didn't have access to these alternate ways of thinking. All they could see and learn was from their parents and the people around them. Families raised in this mindset will genuinely believe that they're helping. And 9 times out of 10, they genuinely have your best interest at heart. So maybe you go to your parents and you say, I've had this fantastic business idea. I want to do X, Y, Z. I think it's going to be great. I'm going to do this. You tell them about this and they might come back and say, well, that's good, but don't get ahead of yourself. Don't dream too big. There's a lot that could go wrong. Just, that sounds nice, but just be careful. Now, that's not actually malicious. That's just a limited mindset. But limitations, especially from those people that you genuinely respect and love, will go ahead and kill your ambition just as effectively as someone actively hating on you. And the very real consequence that we will experience is that young men will actively get dragged down by that crab bucket mentality. Peer pressure is a very real thing which is weaponized. It's like, come on mate, just one more drink, just one more round, just one more night out. Don't be a killjoy. Come on, get around your boys, yeah. And the longer that goes on, the more energy it saps out of your dreams until those dreams will go off into the distance and slowly die, buried under your beers and your small talk and all this mediocrity, which we never actually wanted in the first place. I remember very vividly when I was still working in a middle management job with Woolworths in Australia, all my co-workers would take their spare cash and they would just dump it into cigarettes, beers after work, all these things just to try and make themselves feel a little bit better when the actual life they were living was not one that they wanted. They were going out and spending their money on these things because they wanted some form of escape, not because they were trying to add anything real and anything of meaning into their life. And when you step back and you look at it, you just think to yourself, this is just stupid. This is not how I want to live. Why would anyone want to live this way? And so if you don't actually want to live in that manner, which I know I don't, which is why I had to find a way out, the first thing we need to understand is, what do we actually want? If we know we do not want to live in that manner, in which manner do we want to live our life? And the more vivid we can make that dream, the more clear we can make our vision, the easier it is going to be for us to navigate that and take the steps that we need to take in order to be free and go live the life that we actually want to live. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you what your dream should be. I know what my dream was, and so far I've achieved what I set out to achieve, and I'm actively chasing to achieve the next step. But your dream has to be something so intensely personal to you, something that you feel so deep down and something that you want so bad that this mediocrity, that this active discouragement, even if it's disguised as love and behind the best intentions, doesn't draw the fire from it, doesn't let you put that out. Do not let a culture of mediocrity and fitting in, this herd mentality, do not let that destroy you. If you have a dream which you truly believe in, that dream is worth being hated for. And it does get better. It gets so much better. The hardest part is the part at the beginning where you decide you are going to be different. You're going to go out and change your life. When you're in that part, that's when you face the most resistance. When you get out and you actually achieve the things you want to achieve. When I came out to Thailand and I started connecting with people who are on the same journey I was, you start to get into a new culture, one where people are on the same mission, one where people are actively encouraging each other, and it only gets easier from there. But you cannot ever escape that cesspool of just shit unless you pull yourself out of there and you go and build something that you actually want to be doing. So I want to give you encouragement. You absolutely can do it. Do not look around at the people around you and say, this is my life now. This is what I have to be. Yes, it's where you are born. Yes, it's where you are right now, but it's not where you're going. Where you are going is completely up to you. And so I encourage you to chase that with absolute fire, with absolute passion, to chase that harder than you have chased anything before in your life. And if you do that day in, day out, you do not listen to the noise, you do not listen to the naysayers, you just focus on your goal because you believe in it, you will absolutely succeed.